Literally no one asked me to vlog, so I decided to do it all month long. You'll see me live my life every day of March, so get ready to be bored, cause this is Vlarch. What you doing, Bubba?
Eric, are you doing loose?
Oh my gosh, I'm on the plane. I cried a lot this morning. I feel really awkward because there's a lot of people on this plane. So I'll talk to you guys when we land, but I cried a lot leaving Flynn. But we're headed to Grand Rapids, Michigan. Ew, what's in my teeth? Okay, gotta go, bye. Okay, I feel like we have so much to discuss. If my face looks kind of like a mess, it's because I've been crying all day. Some things I was crying about because of my son, some things I was crying about because something weird that happened to me on the plane. But first I want you guys to know I am in Grand Rapids, Michigan for a show. I'm doing a comedy festival. Anyway, this trip is an interesting one. Number one, my cousin Andrew usually tours with me, and he's been touring with me for a while. He's incredible. He's become one of my best friends, and I love touring with him. Well, suddenly out of nowhere, he was like, hey, I can't go to Grand Rapids. He has other commitments he has to do, and I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do without Andrew? Like, Corey is amazing, and I know Corey and I can do it alone, but I don't wanna have to do it just me and Corey alone. Like, it's hard to do it alone. There's so much work. So luckily my friend John was available at the drop of a hat to come and be a part of the show tomorrow and help us out. So my friend John is gonna be here in like an hour, who I'm obsessed with and I love. So I'm really excited about that, but I'm really sad my cousin Andrew's not here. So that was one thing that was already like stressful about this trip. The next thing is that I'm not with my son. I will get to that in a minute because I don't wanna cry yet. On the plane, something really weird happened to me. This has happened to me once before, and I'm still like dealing with it. I'm still in pain. We all know I'm a dramatic ass. Like, I'm dramatic. When I tell you I was in the worst pain of my life on this flight, I am not being dramatic. Okay, let me tell you what happened. A couple months ago, I was touring, and I was on a plane with my mom and with the baby and with Corey and Andrew and everyone. And suddenly, as we were descending, my eyeball, my left eyeball, felt like it was going to explode. I handed the baby to my mom, and my eye started gushing liquid. And it hurt so bad that the only thing I could think of was like, my eyeball is gushing blood. My eye was gushing water. It wasn't like tears were falling, like a stream of water was going down my face. I thought it was blood. It wasn't, thank God. It was just water. So weird. It was so weird. And I was in excruciating pain for about 10 minutes. And by the time we landed, it was gone. I forgot that that had happened. I know that sounds crazy, but I forgot that happened because it was like 10-15 minutes of my life where I was in pain, and then, you know, I had to take care of my baby. I had to go do a show. I forgot that that weird thing had happened. So I don't think I documented it. I don't think I even talked about it in a video. Maybe I did, but I don't think I did. Anyway, it happened again. As we were descending, I'm editing a video on my laptop, and all of a sudden I felt this sharp pain, and I slammed my laptop shut. I was like, ah! I cannot express to you how painful this was. Like, I wonder if anyone watching this has ever experienced this pain before, because I know you can commiserate with me that it is the worst pain in the world. So I was like, wow, I like screamed, and water started gushing out of my eye, like streamed, but it was out of both eyes, but this is the side that was a pain. And I couldn't control, the pain was so bad, I couldn't talk. And the flight attendant came up to me and said, are you okay? I couldn't respond and say like, I'm fine. I didn't want her to call a doctor. Finally, I was able to tell Corey like, migraine, migraine. And so he was like, she has a migraine, she'll be okay, she has a migraine. But Corey didn't know what was going on. He just saw his best friend like sobbing uncontrollably, yelling and moaning in pain. It was so dramatic, but it was so painful. I can't even tell you, like, I have given birth to a child through my vagina, and this was more painful, but it was bearable because I knew it would end. I knew, like, last time this happened to me, in like 5-10 minutes, the pain goes away, but I looked like I'd been beat up. The flight attendant was like, are you sure I shouldn't call a doctor? You seem not okay. I was like, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. It was such a disaster. So I looked it up, which I know you're not supposed to Google stuff like that, but I Googled it, and basically what I found was that I think I have a really horrendous sinus infection in this side of my face, which makes sense. I have really bad allergies. I've had them ever since I was pregnant. I've had horrendous allergies. And often when you have allergies, you get sinus infections. Once you're descending and like the air pressure or something or other, you can get a sharp, stabbing, debilitating pain. And I was like, okay, that's what it is. So I was glad to find out it wasn't something more serious. But when I was looking it up more and more, everyone was like, this is like, it is excruciatingly painful. It is, I don't know why. And it's only painful for like 5-10 minutes. And then it slowly subsides. So now it's hours later, this side of my face. Oh, also, after the pain subsided and I was able to talk and explain to Corey, like, I know I'm fine. It's just a sharp pain. It's gonna go away, I'm fine. This half of my face was like tingling and felt like it was gonna go numb. I don't know if that's normal, but it felt really weird. Now it just kind of feels like a numbing headache on this side of my head. So I'm really glad that I looked it up, and I'm a doctor now. I saw that it's just like a sinus infection, and it said that like it can get fixed with a surgery, which I'm not gonna do. Like I can handle 5-10 minutes of pain when I'm flying over getting a big surgery on my freaking face. So I don't know, I feel like I should go get that checked out, because it really feels like your face is going to explode. Like that's the best way I can describe it. That happened. Moving on. Anyway, I have a show here in Grand Rapids tomorrow, and this is my first time ever traveling without my son. It's weird. It's really weird, because before I had the baby, I was pregnant, and traveling while pregnant was hard and painful and not very fun. And then having the baby, it's really stressful traveling with the baby. I love traveling with my son. I would way prefer it over anything else. But it is really, really stressful to travel with a baby. So to not have him with me was really weird. Like I got through security and I was like, well, now what do I do? And then I sat down on the plane, and I wasn't like trying to keep my baby calm and pulling snacks out of my backpack. I was like, what do I do? Like, I don't know what to do with myself when I don't have my baby. So it's really weird. And most people, like I've asked for advice online because I was crying a lot last night. I cried when I said goodbye to him this morning. I don't want to talk about it yet because I don't want to cry yet. I'm trying to hold off as long as I can, because I know a lot of you say all I do is cry on the internet. So I'm trying to save my tears for the minimum amount so you guys don't have to sit through me crying. Most people are like, enjoy the time away, enjoy. I said I was gonna try not to cry, but like obviously I can't hold it in. Enjoy the you time, enjoy the time as your own independent woman. And I just don't feel that way. I don't. I mean, maybe I'll learn how to do that. But it's really hard for me to feel like a person on my own now. Like it's so weird, because like I've only had Flynn for 15 months. And then, I mean, obviously when I was pregnant too, but like I lived my whole life as an independent woman who was me. So like to take that away, even though I know you all are already commenting, you're so dramatic, get over it. But I just can't explain it. Like I don't feel like a person when I'm not with him. Like I'm like, how do I be a me when there's not him? Like what do I do? So people online are like, just enjoy it. I'm like, how do you enjoy it? How do you enjoy time alone when all you want to do is be with your kid? It's so weird. And I know I'm being dramatic, and I know I'm the luckiest in the world that I get to spend so much time with my child. And I know so many people have it way harder than me and have to travel constantly for work, or have to go to work every single day away from their kid. I'm not saying like, woe is me, oh my God, my life is so hard. Like I'm not saying that at all. I'm just telling you what I'm going through and how I'm feeling. But trust me, I do have perspective. I know that this is not a big deal, and I know that Flynn is fine, and I know that my life is great. Like I know all of these things. But I'm also still a human, and I'm an emotional human, and like I still get feelings sometimes. And any mom out there could tell you, like, your first time away from your kid is not easy. And so I'm really struggling with that right now. I don't have a 9-to-5 job where I leave and go to an office or go somewhere for work. I work from my house. So even though I work a lot, I'm definitely a workaholic. I work from home so I can see Flynn whenever I need a cuddle or a kiss, or like just want to play with him, or take a few hours off to just be around him. I can do that. I have that luxury. I'm with my son 24/7. So I feel really I'm comfortable not being around him. I don't have that feeling of like I need my me time, like I need to be alone, I need to be away from my son. Like I don't have those feelings. So I'm having a hard time, obviously. But I will say I'm really proud of myself for coming and doing this, because even though this is really hard for me, I'm really proud of myself for coming, because I love to perform. I love my job so much, and I feel like I'm showing my son, even though he doesn't know yet, he's only 1, like he will know someday, that it's important to chase after your dreams and pursue your passions no matter how hard it is, and to do what you love, and that you can do it and you can make it and you can live your dreams if you work hard enough, and that those things are important, and to show him that like I can be a mom and a good mom, and I can also pursue my dreams, like I can do both. Just feels weird. It feels really weird. It feels wrong. It feels off. I feel guilt, even though I know I'm doing the right thing by showing my son like his mom is pursuing her passions and her dream, and that he should do the same. And I always encourage him to do the same, no matter what his dreams and passions are. I want him to pursue them, and no matter how challenging it is, it's important to do those things. Like I know it's important that I teach him these things, and I know it's only 2 days. I know this is not a big deal, but I just feel such guilt. Like I called Eric when I landed and I said, how's he doing? And he said he was doing good, and I said, has he said mama at all? And he's like, yeah, he keeps saying it and like looking for you, and we have to distract him. I know I'm being so dramatic. But just like, he's not crying, he's not sad, it's not like he's like crying and begging for me. He's just going like mama and like looking for me, and I'm not there, and that like I feel really guilty. Like I know it's like, I know I seem so crazy. I feel like I shouldn't post this because people are just gonna hate on me for being so dramatic. I know, but I don't think you guys understand how much I love my son. This is a big deal for me, so even if everyone on the internet thinks I'm totally insane and being way too dramatic, like this is how I feel, and this is a fact of how I'm doing right now. Even though it's only 2 days away from my son, to know that my son is looking for me and saying mama, I'm looking for me, and I'm not there, makes me feel really horrible. Because you can't explain to a 1-year-old like she's out pursuing her dreams. You can't explain that to a 1-year-old. They just go, wait, I don't understand, I'm calling for my mom and she's not coming, where is she? Like, and I know he won't remember, and I know he's fine, and I know he's happy and he's having a blast with my mom and my husband. Like, I'm very aware of all these things. I just can't help but to feel this like mom guilt. And yeah, so anyway, that's what I'm going through. You guys are so sweet, by the way. Like, I tweeted about this, I posted it on my Facebook. Yes, I have a Facebook. And people are saying the sweetest things to me. And thank you for that. I was really nervous that like talking about this, people would like send me hate, because people are really, really judgy of moms on the internet. And it's really difficult being a mom online. Like, people judge every single move I make. I was nervous that admitting like I'm not doing okay, I was afraid that that would make people really come after me and attack me. That's not what happened. Like, you guys showed me like how wonderful you are, and everyone was so sweet and so nice, and people gave me some great advice, and whoo, girl, I'm so dramatic. Ugh, I'm also really tired. I didn't sleep last night. I was literally holding my baby crying last night, like this dramatic ass. But one of the best things that I saw, someone said to me, it's important for you to go away. It's really important that you do this so that your baby knows when mommy goes away, she always comes back. Ew, I hate myself. But like, that got me. I was like, oh, that is important for him to learn, that no matter what situation he's in for the rest of his life, like, mommy always comes back. Like, I will always come back, and I'll always be there for him. So that hit me hard. Whoever said that to me, thank you. Like, that was like the most important thing and reassuring thing. And then also, my friend Anthony messaged me and was like, hey, my Mom read your Facebook post and she wanted to say something. Is it cool if I send you what she wanted to say? I'm gonna look it up actually and read it to you because it was so sweet. Okay, oh my God. She said a lot of stuff. I won't read the whole thing. I traveled a lot when my kids were Flynn's age. In the beginning, I felt a lot of guilt. Oh, I feel that. I felt like I was somewhat selfish for working, which is bizarre because I love my job. Literally exactly how I feel. I understood later on that the woman within me needed to feel professionally accomplished to feel whole, and that's okay. She said that like traveling and working raised my baby boys to be two young men who value women and all that make them who they are, their work, their parenting, their stripes, their mistakes, and even the hard decisions we have to make to balance work and home. So, she said a lot of wonderful things, but that was something she said, and it was coming, her son sent it to me, was like, hey, look, read this, it's encouraging from my mother. And he's a wonderful, outstanding young man, and so to read that made me feel a little bit better. And just all of your sweet comments and tweets and posts were just so encouraging, and you guys were so nice. And I know this is like such small potatoes in the grand scheme of things. This is so insignificant and so small and so stupid to most of you watching, but like to me it's a big deal. Eric said it once before too, like he travels for work sometimes, and the first time he traveled for work he was like, it feels weird because once you have a kid you have this like innate human instinct of like, I have to protect this human or I will die. Like I have to protect this person with my life. And if you're not physically there, you're like, I can't, like, I don't feel like I can protect Flynn right now because I'm not there. So if something happens, like, what if he gets sick and needs to go to the doctor? Like, I'm not there to take care of him. Like, I'm not there to be his comfort and his support and make sure he's okay. And like, there's just this like innate, like, animal instinct in you when you have a kid to like take care of your kid in that way. And so when I'm not there, I just feel panicked. Like, I feel like really anxious, and obviously you guys know I've talked about how I've struggled with postpartum like OCD and anxiety, and so I think that's part of what this is this, like, I've never felt this amount of like anxiety or stress about anything in my life. So I think that's also part of it, like maybe my anxiety is coming through. I hope I'm not ripped to shreds for being so dramatic. Ugh. Is there anyone out there who can feel me on this? Like, is there anyone out there who can be like, yes, that's how I felt the first time I left my kid? I don't think anyone could understand this unless they had a kid. I don't know. I've never felt this way before. Anyway, I want to read a couple more tweets because you guys were so sweet. So, I know this vlog is like long and it's mostly just me crying, but like, did you expect anything different when you subscribe to this channel? All I do is cry on this channel. Hannah Cook said, I'm so sorry that you can't be there for him, but don't worry, a bunch of us are going to see you this weekend and we are always here for you if you need anything. Love you and your sweet boy. Thank you, Hannah. That does make me feel better because like, I know that I'm here for a reason. Like, I'm here to perform for you guys and to meet you guys and to show you my appreciation for how much you've supported me over the years. That does help to like put it into perspective. I'm not just away from Flynn for fun. Like, I'm here to see you guys and to work and to do what I love. And so yes, that helps so much. Rebecca said, I was thinking this might be coming up soon. I feel sorry for you, but I know you're doing what's best for him and that it's all you ultimately want. So I'm proud of you. I'm not a parent, so I don't have any specific tips. I suppose the general quote, let yourself be sad, applies. This is something I say a lot of times. Like, it's important to feel your feelings. If you're sad, you should feel sad. Like, don't let someone tell you like, well, stop being sad or just be happy. That's not helpful. Like, we have emotions for a reason and we have feelings for a reason. So I should take my own advice right now. Like, yes, I'm being dramatic, sure, but like also it's important for me to get out these tears because like literally already I feel so much better just like having talked about it. So yeah, I think that's super important to feel your feelings and cry if you need to cry. Tori said, same, I'm leaving Tate, her son, and I see a picture, he's so cute, oh my gosh. I'm leaving Tate for 2 days for the first time next week and I'm not ready. I'm taking one of his sleep suits with me and I'm putting my pillow into his cot. Gonna video call him every hour because I'm already a mess. Oh, I feel you, Tori. I should have brought something of Flynn's to like sleep with. I didn't even think of that. That's the other thing is people are saying you should FaceTime him. I can't FaceTime him because I've tried FaceTiming him in the past when I've like gone on little like overnight stays with Eric. So I have been away from Flynn before, but like not even for 12 hours, because we'll go somewhere for like a night, have a night alone together and like go on a little vacay together, like really close by. We're always in driving distance from Flynn, and after one night I'm like, we have to go back, and Eric's like, yeah, I miss him too, and we always just drive right back home. But in those times where I have FaceTimed Flynn, he cries when he sees me and hears my voice because I'm not there. So I can't FaceTime him. I mean, I'm gonna try, trust me, I wanna try, but every time I FaceTime him in the past, I was like, Mama, Mama, and he sees me and I'm not in the room, he starts crying. And I don't wanna upset him, so I'm nervous. I'm really, really nervous to like call and make him upset. Pump a lot. Your body's gonna be in oxytocin withdrawal by being away from him. I do need to pump. My boobs are full, and I brought my pump. I hate pumping, and I have to pump and dump because I can't bring it back home with me. It'll go bad on the plane. Kelly said you should make an email account where you send him little messages to show him when he gets older. My cousin did it for her daughter. I thought it was a brilliant idea. And then Rebecca said she does journaling on tour, so maybe do a specific to Flynn journal from trips he's not on. I loved this idea so much. Thank you. I actually started it today. I don't have a journal, but I found like notes papers in my calendar, so I wrote down on like random scraps of paper from my calendar little notes to Flynn on the plane that I'm gonna rip out and glue into a journal once I find a journal. And I'm gonna give it to him when he's older. So every time I'm away from him, I'm gonna write him letters so when he's older, he can read them. Here's a comment. Okay, this is from Joe MC. Just remember, you're enabling your baby boy to learn that when mommy goes away, she comes back. Vital stage of a child's development that will strengthen his feeling of security. Remind yourself it's harder on you than him, then call him every 5 minutes and cry lots. Well, I'm definitely doing the last part of that. That tweet like meant so much more to me than you know, so thank you. That really, really got me through the day today. Boss Queen LA said, do what you have to do and get back home to him. I have to leave town without my family for work as well, and it never feels good, but I go with the purpose and get back home ASAP. And then she put a gif or gif, however you say it, saying, it's not easy being queen. George said, you are such a Scorpio. Anyway, thank you for letting me cry. Thank you for letting me talk about it. Thank you for letting me be dramatic and have anxiety and like freak out and be a mess. I love my kid so much, and I'm probably always going to be a crying, embarrassing mom for him, but I hope he knows that I love him, and I know he loves me. We're best buds. And so yeah, it's just weird. It's just a new thing. I've never experienced this before. I've never experienced anxiety like this. I've never experienced having a child and having to leave my child for work. Never experienced any of these feelings. So this is just all new for me, and I'm just trying to navigate it and figure it out. And I feel it's always better out than in. I'd rather say it and get it out into the universe than like hide it inside of me and let it all bubble up. So I'm expressing myself. I got it out of my system. I'm gonna call my baby. I'm gonna call my husband. I'm gonna tell them I love them so much. And then I'm gonna hang out with my friends and try to distract myself, because that was the #1 bit of advice I got from everyone online, was like, distract yourself, keep yourself busy. So that's what I'm gonna do. Thanks for letting me cry about this for way too long. I love you guys. I'll see you in a little bit. Oh, I FaceTimed Flynn. He didn't cry. I'm so happy. He got really confused and he started looking for me because he could hear my voice, and he thought the video was just a video. He was like, why am I watching a video of mom? And he started crawling up the stairs and going, Mama, like looking for me. But then later I played peekaboo with him on the phone, and he laughed and he didn't cry. So this is wonderful news. So that means I can FaceTime him a bunch while I'm gone, which is great. Okay, it's many hours later and they're laughing at me. John is here, Corey's here, we're eating room service. And John is laughing at me because we're talking about like what we were doing at 15 years old. Talking about TikTok and how like these 14, 15-year-old girls seem so mature. And I was like, when I was 15, I wasn't concerned about that kind of stuff. I was concerned about how many beads I could fit into my braid that I had just wrapped with yarn in my long hair that went down to my butt. And he was like, excuse me, what? And then I was like,
that's a homeschool weave. That is a homeschool weave.
Yes. Like, so my friends would go on vacation to like the Bahamas or Mexico or something, and they'd come back with like a long strand of hair, and then they would like, it would be wrapped with yarn. I just did this, by the way, in a video with Joey Graceffa. He had like a device that did this, and you wrap like yarn essentially around it, and it's like a long, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, yes.
And I said I would make one myself at my house, and he laughed hysterically at me.
Do you remember when feathers in your hair was a thing?
I remember that.
That was a
Everyone.
I feel like that was recent.
Maybe for you.
When I did theater, I would go to school with my hair in pin curls. Not pin curls, that would have been more appropriate. They're like rods that you twist and then they like bend like with the metal inside. But I insisted on like going to all of my classes with my hair in curlers because I thought it was cool.
You had to let everyone know you were in the musical.
Yes, all the girls at my school did that too.
Yeah, it was like,
you wear your hair in curls all day long.
Yes, it's like, oh, I'm in the musical. I have to do this. It's so embarrassing. I have to have my hair in curlers because I'm in the show.
Did you have the curlers or did you have like a sensible bandana you like tied around it?
I never did the
You never
bandana.
did the bandana.
Colleen!
Thank God. No, you just straight. I feel like Heather might have had a head wrap.
I don't think so. I think Heather went straight up just rod.
Bobby pin.
She did a raw rod. She did not.
No wonder
Heather
we have
didn't use
much-
any
no wonder we have
sheath.
so much- I truly didn't think that it was. I only knew you with curling your hair that way for like until 3 years ago. I think. Like, I just assumed your hair.
When
just
you
reacted
think of
curling
me,
iron.
when you think about me, you just think of me in
When I
curling
think
rods.
of you, I still see curlers, Heather Lundstedt dress, jeans, sensible character shoe.
Ew! Character shoes going out to a fan.
We would-
Don't try to tell me you didn't wear character shoes
I'm
off
not.
stage.
I
Which
did.
is definitely against the rules.
Listen,
You're gonna ruin your character. Barbara can.
you're gonna ruin your character shoes. I hate you. Don't wear them anywhere but the stage. Okay, this is all inside jokes, but theater kids will know. So, okay, character shoes are very expensive. For me, like, don't laugh at me. They were. So listen, there are two types of character shoes you can get. My mom could only afford the like fake leather because there was real leather. I never had those. There was like the fake leather ones, and we could get those, but they were still like $40 or $50, which was really expensive for us. I couldn't get shoes that expensive.
No, me too.
And so when I started, like when I was in college, I went to college at 17, when we would have like go out on like date nights with our friends, not like actual dates, I never went on dates, but like the theater kids would be like,
So sad.
we're going to Pasadena tonight.
So what was it?
Puka de Beppo.
Puka de Beppo. Oh, that was
Or
fancy.
BJ's.
BJ's.
Ooh, I'm gonna
Oh,
wear my character shoes.
BJ's.
We're gonna get a kazooie.
Yes, so I would wear I would wear my character shoes because I didn't have heels, and I thought those were sensible like heel. I was like, this works. So I would wear like a dress that went down to my knees with jeans underneath, and then character heels.
Oh God.
I was not 12, by the way. This is like 19 years old. So
We were grown adults.
yeah. By the way, don't you just shade me because you thought that was normal and cute.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, and your closeted gay mind, you were like, I wish I could
I
be
was
wearing character
screaming
shoes.
inside.
You were screaming, don't wear those outside of the theater. They'll get ruined.
Not your Capizios!
I hate you. Oh my God. I'm filling up the bathtub. It's 1 in the morning. I should be sleeping, but I'm gonna take a bath. Flynn would love it, I gotta say. I'm really bummed I can't experience Flynn in this bathtub because he would have so much fun. But this is amazing. After a really long, stressful day of a lot of crying, this is great. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. It was really wonderful to have my friends come over after I was so emotional and just such a freaking dramatic mess, and just laugh with them for hours. It's 1 in the morning. I need to get some rest because I have the show tomorrow, and John doesn't know the show at all, so we have to teach him the show. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Look how bloodshot my eyes are. I need to go to bed. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, vlog.